Hey, it's your boy. I'm back. So I was originally gonna upload more Near and then a One Piece video, but I kind of forgot. But today is the day before Bleach comes back. So Jujutsu Kaisen episode, I just watched it. Not gonna talk about it much other than say it's really good. But I am a huge Bleach fan. I got the Urahara hat. I got the manga. I got art books about Bleach. I got sodas for drink or like random cool cans and shit from Bleach. I got the Blu-ray for Bleach. I'm like the number one Bleach fan, honestly. I love Bleach. I got posters on my wall of Bleach. I've got multiple tapestries. I'm a huge Bleach fan. It's like my I don't want to call it my favorite. Well, okay, no, I do. It is my favorite series. It's not the best, I don't think. Like I don't think I'm like objectively it's not the best. There's some problems I have with it, but I love this show, man. I love it so much. It is so good. I love it enough to play the fucking mobile game, which I don't play mobile games ever, but I play the mobile game for Bleach because it is just like good to me. I love this show. So it's coming back, and I honestly kind of forgot about it. I didn't forget that it was coming back. I just kind of forgot what I was planning on doing. So I'm planning on talking about in this video, I guess it's going to be a longer video now, um, about all of Bleach. So I want to talk about some of my favorite moments. I want to talk about what I think of it, and then I want to talk about Thousand Year Blood War arc and do the same thing essentially because not the manga. I'll just be talking about the actual series, but this is something I hold dearly. I guess you could say. I love this show, man. God, there's so much good. So, Bleach is a part of the big three, which, if you are an anime fan, you've absolutely. Oh yeah, and the Urahara hat. I didn't even mention that, but like, I love Bleach. If you're an anime fan, you know what the big three is. There's three big anime series in the 2000s that were extremely popular. That being One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. And I don't know, people like to debate that. That's just not, there isn't, there's literally only one big three. I'm not the type of person who's gonna be like an elitist, like, you have to watch it, bro, like, it's that good. But I will say that if you think there's a different part, or a different anime that's in the big three, you're just wrong. It is in the big three. And if you were wondering which anime that to be fair, I'm only episode 370 of One Piece. I'm watching it right now. I'm in Thriller Bark. I'm going to talk about what the Water 7 in my next video probably, but it's been pretty good. It's still not to Bleach level, but I do see why people like it now. It is actually pretty fun. But anyway, not to talk about One Piece. But Bleach has some fucking fantastic things about it. The art style of this fucking series is like genuinely uncontested. I don't think anything else comes close. I mean, look at this art book. I flip to the first page. I get blessed with some beauty. We do it again. It's like constant, just absolute fucking amazing. And you might be like, oh, well, Ryan, that's just the art book. It also, in the manga, I'll just flip like here. The character design is always so cool for literally everything. And this is early Bleach, which I would say has the worst character design, just because the art style isn't like as refined. But this is like way early and it's still on a very good level. I think Bleach is genuinely uncontested when it comes to the art style and the character design specifically. The character design is so good. I don't like to collect like Funko Pops or anything. Here, I'll show you. But I have but this is one of my favorite. I'm not like a big collector at all. But like look at that. That's fucking awesome. That's a full hollow Vasto Lorde Ichigo. And that shit slaps. Um and there's so much, not just the character design. I like the story. Ichigo as a main character is so refreshing. I can especially see how people think he's refreshing after watching One Piece and Naruto. I love them both. Also, if you notice my hair looks like greasy, it's because I literally haven't showered today. I've been watching only One Piece because I'm gross. I'm just kidding. I have to go into work in like a few hours, so I was just waiting until I get home from then. So sorry about that if that bugs you, but it's so the main characters of anime. I'm sure everyone knows the trope of like I want to become the number one wizard king or whatever, Hokage, or I want to end the cycle of hatred. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm gonna be the best. Whatever. Ichigo doesn't do that. He is a simple man who literally I just want to protect my friends. That's essentially what he says. He wants to protect the people close to him. And I think that's fucking amazing. A lot of people really hate that because like, he doesn't have a goal, which I think is such a dumb fucking argument. It's like, okay, he doesn't have a goal. That does not immediately make him trash. Like that, honestly, that's refreshing. Like I said, like I'm so tired of every single main character in anime being, I want to be the best. I want to do this. I want to do this. And to be fair, there are exceptions. Like I think, like Tanjiro's kind of an exception. Yuji, a lot of new gen characters, you can tell took an influence from all of the big three, but it seems like a lot more are stepping away from the classic, like I want to become the Hokage or the Pirate King or whatever. Um, which is nice because I always hate that goal because personally, man, I don't want to be the best. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to be the best. I don't want to be the strongest. I just want to like live happily. And I can relate a lot more to somebody who just wants to protect people than somebody who wants to become the best or whatever and save the world or any of that. I don't care. um so Ichigo's super refreshing. This is the only I'm going to say it. This is the only anime that I have ever watched where the author actually writes everybody like well. Like he can write people of color well, he can write women well, like he can write anybody well, literally anybody, and he's not like an asshole about it like some other like authors where it's just dumb. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but like specifically for women, he does an amazing job. He has some amazing like female cast. Um, like I actually like all of them, and I'm not here to shit on the Sakura and the I don't One Piece is fine with it as well, actually, to be fair. I just don't think I'm far enough in the One Piece. But a lot of anime, the women in the shows are pretty dog shit, to be honest. They're like usually weak and aren't like interesting. They're just there for like a love interest or whatever. Like I said, there's some exceptions like Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, One Piece partially. Still not there yet for One Piece, but it's getting there. I think it will be there by the end. And there's certain characters like Robin is actually pretty good. But Bleach does it a whole nother level. Like literally half of the cast, it feels like, half of the important characters at least are females, and they're all done really well. Orihime is probably the I wouldn't say she's the best actually. She's probably second best. She's fucking awesome. Even though she's like, I think in the anime they kind of do her dirty. To be honest, after reading the manga, they made her a lot more like Hinata from Naruto, where she's kind of just like, Ichigo, help me, or Ichigo, save me, or come Ichigo, help, whatever. That's pretty much what she was in the anime. But in the manga, she doesn't do that. She is like, she protects herself and is more worried about Ichigo usually than herself, which I always love. I love when female characters or characters in general are written well. And people of color, by the way, Tozen, fucking awesome. He is just like every other character, and that is exactly what I want out of a black character. He is just like everybody else, and he's fucking awesome when he's doing it. He's got some of the coolest abilities in the show, although he does kind of get fucked out of some screen time. But Yoruichi is another one, and there's a bunch more, but I don't want to. Well, I guess well, okay, technically they're not. Well, I guess some of them are. There's also the Arankar who are clearly what's it called? Clearly Mexican inspired, which is fucking awesome. Like they got the Espada, which goes hard as hell. Ulikiora has one of the coolest transformations like ever. I'm gonna play it actually. It's such a cool fucking transformation. Uh, wait, sorry, Ulikiora, and I want to show it to you. Because this goes so hard. Like, here it is. Okay, let me switch to this. Check this out, bro. The quality's kind of shitty, but I'm also not gonna find a better video. Look at this fucking shit. Okay, this quality is absolute dog shit. Hold on. This is to a level where it's actually making it look bad. Maybe it's this. Wow, this looks even worse. What the fuck? I guess no one uploaded. Oh, this is probably it actually. Okay, this is fine for me. What does he say it? Right here probably. Yeah, look at that. Look at how fucking cool that guy is. Yeah, there it is. Oh my god, this yeah. That shit looks so fucking cool. And the whole spot, I'll pull up a picture really quick, are obviously, like I said, Spanish inspired for sure. And look at this shit. This is what I'm saying with the character design, bro. He was cooking. He was in the lab while he was making these characters. He was fucking going popping off, and he does this extremely well. Kubo does an amazing job while he's making characters in general, but he does an amazing job for everybody, which is rare in manga, and I have to shout it out because a lot of other series either just don't have like diversity, which is kind of always funny. Um, well, not. I guess it is funny because you're like looking at it, you're like, there's like everyone looks the same, um, or the diversity the characters suck. And I guess my biggest example is Naruto. I'm a big Naruto fan as well. I've got a lot of Naruto stuff. Um, but I will say they do a shit ass job with the female characters in that show. They do a horrible job. Literally all of them are dog shit. I think Tsunade is probably the best, and even she is like not. She is like not good. It's just upsetting. More into Bleach now. That isn't just the I love his art style. So there is a common complaint that I always hear from people who say, well, Kubo got tired of drawing the background, so he stopped drawing them. And I hate that shit because, well, yes, I think at certain points he definitely was like that. A lot of the time it is just to accentuate the art on the page. Like one of my favorite like panels from any manga is this right here. And in the manga, bro, hold on, I'm trying to find a good picture of it. There it is. This shit looks so fucking fire. Like, look at that. That is all it was. It was just white. The white ass background. It's just him saying Bankai, Zanko no Tachi. That shit goes so hard. And I will say, once we talk about Thousand Year Blood War, you're gonna hear me gushing about this. But for now, this is so crazy. And Bleach does this so often. I'm not gonna scroll through because obviously spoilers might be there and I don't want to spoil anyone. But there is some fire fucking art, and people really hate on like, oh, he doesn't draw the background. But the reason he doesn't draw the background is because like, look at this. Look at all these skeletons. You know what your face is drawn to? Your face is, or your eyes, not your face. Your eyes are drawn to all the skeletons, the art on the page, him in the middle, and I think it goes so hard. That is such a different style, and it is such a good one as well. Now there is some scenes where it is kind of weird where the background is just not there. It's like, okay, well, I guess you couldn't draw that. But even then, I don't really think it matters. I think a lot of the time he puts so much of his focus onto these characters and how cool they look, and I think that's totally fine. I think that if Bleach, there's really like two different ways to look at Bleach because it is a really deep show as well. Like it is, people really underrate a lot of the levels that Kubo went. Like Mans was writing poems at the beginning of every single book, every single manga chapter. I think. Let me see if I can find the one. But there was always a poem at the beginning of the series doing some talking about some deep ass shit. Take a look. First page. Oh, sorry, can't read that, but it is. Oh no, you can. I can't protect you without holding a sword. I can't embrace you while holding a sword. Some of them, like that one, I would say is probably one of the ones. But some of these poems are like actual like deep ass shit that slap. Let me look up really quick. Bleach. Because this shit slaps. Like all of them are so fucking good. Uh there's oh yeah, one of my favorite ones is just the battle is everything. There's so many. Where's there's an Ulikiora one that is so fucking good. I don't know. I don't want to look too long for it. Oh, maybe it's here. Nope. Oh yeah, here's one. To know sorrow is not terrifying. What is terrifying is to know that you can't go back to the happiness you could have. And there's a bunch of them like this. I believe the world is full of danger. I want to protect you from it only because inside me is the same impulse as that danger. And it's like some deep ass shit. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like this is not some like I have to double take and read it again. And I'd say I've got a decent like reading level. Like I'm not exactly a super intellect or anything, but I've got a decent reading level, and this is like hard to understand sometimes on the first time you're going through. And that's why I think that is some banger fucking writing. And not to mention, he also did some crazy foreshadowing multiple times. A lot of the Bankais and the Chikais represent like certain things in either real life or in the characters and a bunch of stuff like that that I think is really cool. Um, and then the other way to look at Bleach is it's just hot people fighting with swords, which like and with cool sword powers as well, which I think is if you don't like see the appeal of that you're kind of just tripping, bro. Like that's pretty awesome. Like, and it's not just the women. I'm talking about literally everybody. Everybody in the show is fucking hot as hell, bro. Like, I am not gonna lie. Like, it is crazy. Everyone looks so good. And like I said, all their powers are so fucking cool. That's why I'm there. I'm there because I'm like, holy shit, Bonkai is fucking awesome. Um, but and just the show caught me in general, and I really like it. But there is a elephant in the room, let's say, of Bleach anime is not the best. Do I think it's the worst by any means? No, it's not like Tokyo Ghoul or Berserk or any of those where it's got an anime adaptation that just absolutely sucks. This Bleach one is fine. However, there's some pretty major problems with it in my opinion. I'm going to just go over three, and they're going to be the big ones. So the first one is the filler, which I'm sure you've heard about, is pretty bad. It's like 40%, I think now. I think it's 40. I think it was. Let me look it up actually to be like sure. Bleach, because it was higher, but when Thousand Year Blood War Arc came out, yeah, so just under 45%. I think now it's 42 or 41. I no, actually I think it's 40. And Naruto is 42. A lot of people shit on Bleach for having this 40% fill or 45% filler ranking. That's not true anymore. And now no one talks about it now that Naruto has a higher filler ranking, but whatever. Um Not to throw shade at Naruto. Like I said, I do love Naruto, but I absolutely have always hated that people would constantly be like, "Well, Bleach it's 40% filler, bro. Like it's 46% filler. That's terrible." What about now? Now it's 42%. Now it's less than Naruto. And you're still over here bitching and moaning to me about how much filler there is. Just don't fucking watch it, you dumbass. There's no filler coming out weekly now. You fucking moron. Okay. I understand not liking filler, though. I do get it. Like, I also am not a huge filler fan. But I also don't mind when it's coming out when it's not coming out weekly, which Bleach is not coming out weekly. Well, it is, but not like how it was. Um and I just have to talk about that because that blows. And once again, not to throw shade, but a lot of the time people are like, Naruto has this better filler. It's like Naruto's next, but even that it's bearable. But it's like, dude, Boruto is like literally 90% filler. Like that's awful. That is bad. I think 40 is also really bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, there shouldn't be that. Like I said, there is a problem if there's a lot of filler. But honestly, the Bleach filler is kind of good. There's one bad Bleach filler arc, and it's the Bount Arc, which is the first one, which I think is what made a lot of people stop watching Bleach, is that Bount Arc, because they didn't realize it was filler. But the filler after that is like actually pretty good. There's bad parts for sure, but the fights in these filler arcs always go so hard. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like they saved all their budget for the end of every single filler arc, so the final like 5 episodes is just absolute fucking heat. But I'm gonna stop talking about filler. That's only a problem with the anime, obviously. The manga's fine. So when I was reading the manga fucking like blew me away. I was like, holy shit, this is so good. And then the other problem, and this is one that more people should be talking about, because this is, I've seen people talking about Naruto's censorship. It is nothing when it comes to Bleaches. The only other series I can think of that has censorship on this level is probably Berserk, like, and Tokyo Ghoul, which you've seen how bad they censored those. But look at this. This panel right here, she got that taken out of her, bro. That's gone. You know what it looks like in the anime? She gets some bruises. It's fucking terrible. I can't even, I don't want to scroll through because there might be spoilers. But like, here's another one. She got cut in half. In the anime, she's just bruised again. And it's, can I do comparison? Oh yeah, there's one. Look, this man eating his subordinate literally took a chunk out of him. This, he turned him into a weird orb and took a chunk out of him, and it's like, okay. Let's see, is this not okay? I don't. Cool, I guess. But yeah, like that, she got cut in half. He loses his arm here, and there's so much of this, like constantly. This scene you can see is fucking like stabbed directly in there. There's a bunch of shit like that, and it is constant. It's all the time. She's bleeding out right there. There's some fucking insane, like, it's constant fucking censorship. Okay, well, that's Tokyo Ghoul, but there's some Tokyo Ghoul, and you'll see, yeah, it's pretty yucky that what they did to that show, because instead he just had that. But like, look at this. His arm gets fucking like annihilated, and this is just kind of bruised. This just happens kind of off screen in the anime. It's so much censorship, and it is so bad. There it is. That's what it looked like in the anime. Like, what? What? Are we? Because in the anime, I was watching this when I first watched it. I was like, damn, she is overreacting. Like, she just got punched. Like, maybe some internal organs are fucked, but she's like acting like she's about to die. The manga, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, holy shit, she is dying. Like, this is death's door. She is on death's doorstep right now. And this is constant until Thousand Year Blood War arc. I'm not gonna scroll for much longer because there's probably spoilers in here. But you see what I'm saying. The censorship, I would argue, is just as bad as Tokyo Ghoul, if not maybe even worse for Bleach. Because, well, no, actually, I think it's just as bad as Tokyo Ghoul, because there's a lot of moments in Bleach that are like really reliant on you being like, holy shit, this is bad. Like, this is looking not good. And in the anime, that is just not what it looks like. Like, it constantly, and I'm sure you've seen the iconic slash across the chest, like right here. And it looks like they're about to die, but that's every single Bleach fight would end with that, and it would just be a giant scratch, and then they'd be fine. In the manga, a lot of the time that would happen, but Orihime would go and heal them, which explains why they don't just actually die, because anybody getting slashed like that other than Zoro is finna die, bro. Like, that is not good. Or Kenpachi. Kenpachi could probably tank that, but not many other people should be able to. But in Bleach, constantly everyone was tanking it. And then my last problem with the Bleach anime is, like I said earlier, they do a thing which makes Rukia and Ichigo, which I'm not like normally like a shipper or anything, but they make them seem like they're gonna be a couple, and it has made some people very split. The Rukia Ichigo shippers are like willing to murder. Actually, that's just a better way of putting it. The fans of this series have actively made it worse. I would say twice now. Once with the Orihime and Rukia thing being like absolutely terrible. Like, Kubo would get death threats constantly and a bunch of other shit from that, apparently. And then the other one that I know off the top of my head is from Thousand Year Blood War arc. The fans, a certain character dies, and the fans absolutely lost it. And he was getting death threats and a bunch of other stuff. And then his publishers and stuff just told him, "Hey, man, just put him back. Just bring him back to life. That's the best way to stop this." And he did, and that's the end of it. That one, I don't know if it's confirmed, so if I'm speaking out of my ass, my bad. But I know the first one is pretty common. I know a lot of the fans get a little crazy when it comes to anime like this, but I really do hate that because it's like, dude, it's a fucking character in a show. Like, like, even if I really relate to this character, if they die, I'm not gonna be pissed about it. That's just how unless it's a bad, okay. But I would never give someone death threats. I would never threaten anybody over a character. The most I might do is be like, man, why the fuck did you write that? Like, why did he die like that? That is such a dumb way. But that would probably be about it. And that's it for the Bleach anime complaints. Now I want to go into the fucking great things that this anime does. The soundtrack is genuinely phenomenal. I think this is the best soundtrack in anime. I don't even think it comes close, to be honest. I think there's two other shows that are near the same level, but not quite there, which is Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is under Attack on Titan by a bit, but Attack on Titan's like neck and neck, I would say. Well, not neck and neck, but as close as neck and neck you can be, essentially, without being actually neck and neck. And then the one right below that is probably Jujutsu Kaisen. And there's some other really good ones for sure. But Bleach music is like genuinely iconic. Like if you open TikTok right now, I can guarantee like there's like 5 or 6 audios that you'll hear that are from Bleach, even if you're not on anime like TikTok. Like even if you're just looking at random videos, people are using these songs because they slap. They slap so hard. Everybody got a theme. Well, not everybody, but a lot of characters got themes. Shinji's theme is like one of the wackiest songs I've ever heard, but it slaps. The Arankar theme is fucking phenomenal. Number one is my favorite anime song ever. That shit slaps so hard. The openings of this show are always good. The endings are also always good. It is crazy how good the music is in this anime. This is like, if I always tell what I've been telling people who want to watch Bleach when they ask is I tell them if you don't have a problem with reading like the manga, I would read the manga and then skim through the anime like the best episodes essentially. Um or what I would do, what I say first is I would suggest reading the manga and then watching the anime, but if you don't want to do that, then I would say just skim through the best episodes because there's some fucking amazing moments with the music and stuff. And specifically the fights are always really cool. But the music is like so good that you have to hear it. Like when I read the manga, I listen to the music from the anime. It's that good. Another thing that definitely is really good in the anime is this is kind of, I guess it's both really is what this is. But this show does not like I don't, not like shy away, but they don't shy. Yeah, I guess that's the way to describe it. They don't shy away from like killing someone. Like they definitely will for sure have moments where they don't kill someone, but like the villains in the show get murdered. Like a lot of the time, they just get absolutely killed. Um, and Ichigo even kills like 2 people. Like he is the main character is murdering people in the show. And yes, they are bad people, but a lot of anime like you don't they don't kill the bad guy essentially. They get injured and like in One Piece it happens so much. That's like one of my biggest problems is Luffy doesn't kill anybody, bro. Like some dude be doing the most fucked up shit and Luffy punches him and then is like sends him to the moon or whatever, which you might as well just have killed him. But like, bro, why not just kill him? Like he is the most fucked up dude I've ever seen. This guy is out here causing war in a fucking country and then you just leave him. I guess to be fair, they don't I don't think he's no, he's not confirmed dead. Yeah, and they just do that. They do that all the time. Naruto does the same thing, but it's a little different because Naruto walks up to them and he's like, "You could stop this now. If you kill yourself right now and help me, I'm down." And that's what happens. I love Naruto though, like I said, and I'm enjoying One Piece. But in a lot of anime will do this, where they'll shy away from killing. They'll kind of be like, oh, well, not new gen actually. To be fair, a lot of new gen they do just actually straight up murder people, but it's classic anime. Like they don't kill someone usually. And Bleach, both the manga and the anime, don't really shy away from that. There's definitely, like I said, some shoulder slashers should kill somebody. But with like villains, they do just straight up kill the villains a lot of the time. Like that is just actually how it goes. Like all the Espada get murdered essentially. Um, there's yeah, pretty much every villain that isn't Aizen, and Aizen is kind of an exception because you know the whole fusing with the what's it called, Hyogyu, I can't say it, but the thing the Hogyo Hogyo, you know what I'm saying, right? It's been a while since I watched well, not a while, it's just I haven't heard that word Hogyoku. I think it's Hogyoku. I don't know, it's something like that. I always get scared pronouncing Japanese words because they're hard to say, and I'm an idiot, and I don't want to mispronounce it. Another thing the Bleach anime does really well, um, is the I was gonna say the pacing, but there is one arc where they do it absolutely terribly, and that's the Arankar, the beginning of the Arankar arc. But other than that, the show actually does like fly by. Like you're like, holy shit, it's already happening to like this level. I think that could just be though the fact that I'm watching One Piece right now, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the slowest show I've ever seen in my life. Like I've been watching this fight now, been like eight episodes straight of them fighting zombie Luffy, and that's I don't know what that is. That's certainly something though. Um, there's some really good stuff for sure in the anime. Like I said, oh, and not only just the music in the openings and the endings, the actual openings and endings are top tier. They're so good. They're so different from a classic anime like opening a lot of the time, where it's like they just showing fights or whatever, and they do that occasionally. But like some of the openings are just them in some drippy ass clothes, and they're just kind of posing around with some fire music playing in the back, and I'm like, you know what? That's pretty fucking awesome. Like that's pretty cool. I don't see many other anime doing it like that. Okay, and now to get into the Thousand Year Blood War art or arc section of this video. So you're gonna notice my demeanor is gonna shift immensely when it comes to the show because Thousand Year Blood War arc in the manga, a lot of people really like to hate on the whole arc, which I think is bullshit because I think there is one problem with the arc, one, and it's at the very, very end, and it's one thing. Well, okay, I think there's two things actually, but one of them is a lot smaller, and I don't really mind. But the other one that I know everyone hates is the actual. There's this thing that happens in the ending, which I'm not going to spoil, but a lot of people absolutely hate it. Me, I fucking do not care. I don't like what happens. I don't like that that happens, but I am so willing to overlook that that happens because everything else before that is genuinely peak shonen. Like it is just fights after fights after fights, and they're just getting cooler and cooler every single time. And there's cool ass moments. The Blade is Me is like a genuine peak of anime for me. I think it is one of the best anime episodes ever. Like, period. It is that good. There's some fucking great moments for every character. Literally everyone gets a moment to shine essentially. Even my least favorite captains get the fucking coolest fights like ever. Like I am blown away. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. And then the coolest captains get some just absolutely wild shit. Like just some fucking crazy stuff. And then and that's in the manga already. The anime does it so much better. There's like three series I can think of off the top of my head where the anime is better than the manga, and that is Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, and Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc. I think Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc is the best. Like if I was, oh yeah, here, let me just rate the previous two by the way. Bleach manga. Actually, I should just rate all the Bleach manga in one go. But Bleach anime, like the original anime, not including Thousand Year Blood War arc, I would give like a 75. I love it at certain parts. Ulquiorra versus Ichigo is my favorite fight in anime. Period. I think it's fucking phenomenal. Um, but there's so many problems with it. It's the opposite. Well, it's not the opposite. It's kind of like One Piece. So Naruto is like a consistent ranking pretty much the whole show, except there's some really high points and some like meh points essentially. One Piece has the highest fucking peaks, like they're so good, but the lowest lows, they're so bad. Like it's so bad sometimes. Bleach is a lot more mellow. It's like really good certain points. If I just froze there, I don't know what just happened, but I was pretty much just saying Bleach has some really, really good points, and then the worst it goes down to is a meh. Sometimes it's in the like bad, but not like really bad. So Bleach is pretty consistent when it comes to that. And the anime is pretty similar with that. I would say it's like 75. Um, maybe a 73. Then, so Thousand Year Blood War Arc, let's get back into it. Well, actually, no, since I did talk about that, I don't want to like talk about manga spoilers or anything. So I would say Thousand Year Blood War Arc, if I was to, or the manga for Bleach, all of it, if I was to rate it, I would probably give it like an 87. Like, I would give it a pretty fucking high rating. It's pretty good. I, I literally think the only problem with the series in the manga is the one thing that happens at the ending and then the beginning of the Arankar arc. I think that is the two bad parts of this show, but everything else slaps. Like actually slaps too. And the peaks of it are like crazy. And the art style, I'm a huge art guy, even though I'm not very good at drawing myself. But I love cool art, and he does art. Kubo does art way better than anyone else. I think he has the most interesting and unique character designs, as well as some of the coolest like power ideas and shit like that. I think he's a great job. Now to get into the anime, they have done a stellar job. This is what I've been kind of dreading doing for this part of the video because it's hard to rank just how good the Bleach anime is because I still think the problems that I have with the original like Thousand Year Blood War arc in the manga are still there. Like here's a minor spoiler warning for Core 1. So if you watched the most recent core of Thousand Year Blood War, then you're fine. But the head captain gets killed, and then it's found out that he got killed by a clone. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't really have a problem with it, but it just kind of feels underwhelming because you just saw this man fucking pop off. This guy had the coolest fucking Bonkai. Like, it is clear why he's the head captain. It's really cool. And then the anime obviously kept that, but they also add scenes that are only good. They've only added good stuff now, which is makes it so hard to rate because it's like if I was to rate the Thousand Year Blood War in the manga, I'd give it like a 95. Like it's that good. And in the anime, it literally just improves. So I'm tempted to give Thousand Year Blood War arc the anime an 100 because I genuinely think that there's very very few things that will take the original like adaptation and improve upon it, and that is what's happening in Thousand Year Blood War arc. um at least so far in the anime. There, I don't really like giving out an 100 though because I think that means you think something is perfect, and I don't think this is perfect, but I think it's damn near. Like maybe I should just give it a 99. I don't know if anything will ever surpass this. um I also don't know if I'll ever be able to give it at 100. But I really like it's hard. Like I said, it's hard because what else takes them like original material and improves it to this level? Like I'm sure if you've read Thousand Year Blood War Arc, you know what I'm talking about. There's something coming in the next core that is even better, and it seems like they're just going to be doing a lot of add-on stuff. And if that's the case, I'm all for it, dude. Like that is what I wanted because they rushed Kubo with the ending, and it seems like now it's gonna be fucking peak. So I guess I'll give it a 99. I'll give it a 99. Um, that's just gonna have to be how it is. The 99 because I don't think it's perfect. Like I said, I still have problems with like the head captain's death and certain other small moments. But other than that, it's like god tier adaptation essentially. Like I don't think any adaptation can get better than this. And I hope that they readapt. Honestly, I'd never see this happening, but I hope that they see the success of this and either A, continue the Bleach manga, which might happen with the Hell arc, or continue the adaptation with adapting some of the movies, or my favorite, my best ideal option would be they see the success of this and they're like, wow, we should not have tried to censor Bleach like we did. We should really go back and reanimate the whole show with new like graphics, essentially new animation techniques and all that, and not censor it at all and see just how much people like it. Because I think people would switch up on Bleach so fast if you did that. I think if you did that, people would start loving this show. But I'm not here to get into that. But I think that is something that would be cool. And that's about it. Later.